Hello, thank you for listening in. It is your favorite coach, Nurse Jules, and I am here today with a situation or a story that I heard about Jermaine Jackson, the founding member of the Jackson 5. Yes, we were talking about Michael Jackson's brother, Jermaine Jackson, who is being sued in the state of California under the state's Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act, which allows individuals to pursue a civil suit, and these suits can be filed through December 31st of 2023, which is in a few days. So Jermaine Jackson is being accused of sexual abuse, sexual battery, sexual assault, harassment, and rape. That's 5 charges. He is being sued for these charges that allegedly relate to an incident that the accuser states happened to her at her home in Los Angeles in 1988. She states that he forcefully entered her home, and after doing that, he then assaulted her. He inflicted severe emotional, physical, and psychological injury, which included humiliation, shame, and guilt, as well as economic loss. In addition to that, what's being stated is there was an economic capacity and permanent emotional distress. So the suit lists Mr. Jackson, Jermaine L. Jackson Music Productions and Work Records, which is a business that he founded, as the defendants. Yes, he couldn't be reached for comments at this point. We have not heard that he stated anything, but her court filing says she came into contact with him through her role as a contractor and as a member of the union that represents musicians. Along with what was said, it was that he forced himself into her home and he used force and violence and sexually assaulted her per the complaint. It also states that she feared for her life during the attack and that he left after this assault, the alleged assault. Now, per the lawsuit, she states that she did report this to Barry Gordy the very next day, and he's the founder of Motown Records, and he was aware of the situation because she reported it the next day. Now, again, this is from an incident that allegedly occurred in 1988, the spring of 1988, which was a while ago. But I do want to point out, just because it was a while ago does not mean that it is untrue. And just because it's a while ago does not mean that it is true. So I know that the public tends to be the judge, jury, and executor. But in this case, I think we should allow the courts to do their due diligence to see. I am curious as to what type of evidence can come forward at this time in this lawsuit, but it's a civil lawsuit. It's not a criminal lawsuit. So more to come with this particular situation. But again, it is from an incident that occurred quite some time ago. So I will be watching and paying attention and listening because I am curious and I want to learn for myself, just to have an understanding of what kind of information can be presented past the statute of limitations. But again, there's a law that was recently passed and they have until 12/31/23 to come forward, which is what she has done at this time to bring her lawsuit to the courts. And that is why she is doing a civil lawsuit at this time.